I am Architect Rochelle Singson, and I will be presenting the initiative of the League of Municipalities National President Mayor Chavit Singson. This presentation is entitled Financially Empowering the LGUs Through Digital Transformation. Before I present Mayor Chavit's amazing program, it's important to first lay out the landscape of where this huge demand is coming from. Two very pressing issues that we need to address today, especially because of this pandemic: digitization and financial inclusion. First, on financial inclusion, we need to be more aggressive in financially empowering the LGU because majority of the population still do not have access to financial products. They have no access to credit to apply for loans, they cannot apply for insurance to protect their businesses, and they cannot even put money in bank accounts to save. Our people cannot grow, our banking system and our economy is slow to grow. As of today, about 70% still remain unbanked. Our neighbors like Malaysia and Thailand are at 30% unbanked. And needless to say, developed areas like in the US and Europe are at almost 0%. Why is it so difficult? First of all, to get a bank account, you need identification. However, Philippines is one out of 9 countries in the entire world who have yet to have a national identification system. So in order to get a bank account, you would have to present an ID. And in the Philippines, if you notice, you have to present 2 IDs. Why? Because samples of these government IDs are a driver's license, but you would have to be a driver, or a passport, but you would have to be a traveler, or an SSS ID, but you would have to be employed. And the funny part about most of these IDs is that to get them, guess what the requirement is? It's to present another ID. Another impediment is distribution. About 1/3 of municipalities do not even have a bank branch. So, people at the grassroots do not even have any access. This is why Mayor Chavit found the need to execute more aggressive solutions towards financial inclusion. Let's go to our second item, digitization. How can we offer contactless government services at a time like this if most of our government paperwork is still manual? Paperwork that is taking up so much physical room in our government offices, risking fire or flood destruction, making retrieval slow, and services to our citizens inefficient. With this initiative of Mayor Chavit on digitizing the LGUs, we will be able to attack the problem at the source by creating a quick program to convert our local government records into electronic data. So, how does Mayor Chavit address these 2 age-old problems and solve them at the same time, both financial inclusion and digitization? Let's start with financial inclusion. For these top 2 problems, lack of bank account access and a centralized ID system, this is his solution: a combination of an identification card and at the same time is a Visa debit card. So we solve both issues on one card. The card is multi-purpose. So not only do we give them resident identification, but we also give them bank accounts or bank cards. With this distribution, we are financially empowering the citizens of your LGU. What can this multi-purpose card do? Well, just like any other Visa card, like a credit card or debit card, you can swipe, insert, and tap at any payment terminal. You can use the card online, and if the citizens need cash, they can withdraw at any ATM, over-the-counter partners, and at the LGU service center that we will put up for you. Now, we know that the more we convert cash and place it into the banking system, the better it is for our economy. So we have to make sure that when we issue money, it is already through this card and not in cash. That's why this solution is all-encompassing. It comes with a payroll system so that all employee salaries are already issued into the card, government benefits are received this way, and we are integrated with all of the banks and all the e-wallet providers such as GCash and PayMaya. Best of all, this card is a direct receiver of OFW remittances, minus the heavy fees. With this initiative of Mayor Chavit of financially empowering the people with a multi-purpose residency card, The receivers do not need to physically cash out at remittance centers. They will receive the funds of their relatives from abroad directly into their app or their card. This is a huge help to our hardworking OFWs. It's convenient for the receivers and convenient for them to make payments with their app or with their card. Part of Mayor Chavit's program is also deploying Grasha payment machines all over the country so that it can easily accept cash and convert it into e-wallet accounts. This will help boost conversion of cash and flush them into the banking systems for better economic growth. On the identification component, because the multi-purpose card comes with a QR code, it can now host a wide array of data that are unique to each citizen, such as health records, student records, and senior citizen records, readable by the many different local government agencies. That's for financial inclusion. Now, let's go back to digitization. We want to computerize as quick as we can the LGUs, so we have partnered with internationally accredited partners who have the latest technology and worldwide experience on government digitalization so that you can service your constituents efficiently and remotely. More importantly, we will give your LGU your own localized LGU super app. The goal would be that the permits and clearances of your LGU are not physically lined up for anymore, but applied for through the app, and that these actual permits are not anymore pieces of paper, but digital electronic versions of your tax clearances, business permits, and health certificates. Why is this a super app? Well, everything is in it that your constituents need. And the key here is it is localized to your LGU. We name it depending on your municipality, your city, or even your province. In this example, this is Mayor Chavit's Narvacan ako, but it can be Cavite ako, or Jensen ako, or Kawayan ako. This is what's inside your LGU super app. The top part of the app are your hotkeys or instant access keys. The red button on your left is your citizen's emergency button, whether fire, medical, or police. We will integrate this into your local department so that our citizens, at a click of a button, can ask for help. The right instant button is quick access to your multi-purpose card, but a digital version. You see, everything that you can do with your physical card, you can do with this digital version. You simply press the button and have the QR code scanned so that either the government office or the bank or the hospital can read your citizens' records without the agencies having to hold your card, go to their filing cabinets, and pulling out their physical paper records before they give it to you for filling out. Okay, we have 4 parts of this super app for your super digital and financially inclusive LGU. The first part of the app is all the information about your town or your city at the touch of a button. You can show your culture or history, tourist spots to activate tourism. You can see what restaurants are around or businesses through the map. You can message your citizens directly as their leader should you have any announcements or reminders. And you can also send them news, current events, and your program so that your constituents can appreciate the work going on in the locality. The second part of the app is your e-government platform, where, when your government records have already been digitized, your citizens can go here to apply for government services that your LGU can provide, and eventually could connect to our national agencies such as the LTO, NSO, or BIR, so that those from the far-flung municipalities would not need to go to the cities or even have to travel to Metro Manila to apply for things like driver's licenses, passports, or marriage certificates. The third portion is the complete banking app attached to your multi-purpose card. This is your e-wallet where you can view your transactions, make payments to anywhere, send money to anyone, send load, request for money, or even split the bill when you're with your friends. You can also pay your bills directly from the app, as it is partnered with all major billers and it will be localized to your town, your utility providers, the schools in your town so they can pay tuition, and of course, the government centers. And finally, the last but not the least part of the super app is the e-commerce platform that will allow the commerce in your LGU thrive. Here, you will find the buy and sell platform to allow your citizens to conduct trade with each other locally by means of your own e-commerce platform that is localized. In this example, this is the Narvacan buy or Narvacan sell. What we want is that those at the grassroots will be able to sell your local products directly to the buyer without having to go through wholesalers, then retailers, or go through the large shopping apps like Shopee or Lazada, because this is your own, particular to your town or your city. This is Mayor Chavit's dream, that e-commerce reaches the grassroots, and if we roll out fast enough and wide enough with this aggressive digital transformation program, we will be the first country to reach the masses at a large scale. On the work end, on the other half, is the business solution that the businesses in your locality can enroll into so that they too can thrive. The HR platform will allow them to send employee salaries directly into their multipurpose card or app without having to tediously compute, use cash, or use checks. The citizens can view their payslips, apply for leave, and best of all, even request for salary loans. Financial products straight from their fingertips. So you see, it is a complete LGU solution. Not only are you giving your constituents everything that they need at the touch of their fingertips, but you're also increasing the connectivity within your LGU by means of trade and by means of payment activity. Mind you, these are cashless transactions within your town. So the livelihood of your people increase, the money in your LGU grows, your LGU becomes digitized, your LGU becomes financially inclusive. Localization is the name of the game of this program, so here are some samples of the multi-purpose residency card and app combined that will be customized to your preferences and LGU services. Through this program, the magic ingredient is that we are localizing the product and giving them local identification. They become proud to hold this card and they become proud to use the app because they say, I have the Narvacan Ako app or I have the Jensen Ako card. It is like a residency card and a residency app. So we localize the card while we digitize the municipality. That ends the presentation. Again, I'm Architect Rochelle Singson. I hope that you are as excited as we are in fueling the growth of your local economy through this program of Mayor Chavit by financially empowering your LGU through digital transformation.